Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video, we're gonna mix it up a little bit. As you can see from the title, it's gonna be a book video. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Most of my videos are gonna be lifestyle vlogs and school vlogs and all that, so that is coming. If books aren't really your style, then that's okay, you don't have to watch this video. But if you really like books, or if you're trying to get into books, these are a lot of books from Book Talk, and also if you like romance books, definitely recommend. So without further ado, this is every book I've read this summer. I would just like to disclaim that this might not be a lot of books for other people, but for me, I'm pretty proud of it because I didn't really start getting back into reading until last year because my friend Gianna reintroduced me to books. She remembered why I love them so much, and definitely a big romance person. A lot of these, as we can tell, are gonna be romance books. I'm filming this video very quickly because we are gonna go ahead to my mom's shop, so that's why my hair is still wet, because I literally just got ready. But yeah, I expect more book videos to come too, so if you are only here for the books, there will be some more stuff for you guys also. Let's get into books now. I'm not gonna do it in any real order, I'm just gonna start from the top of my stack. So first we have Malibu Rising. Everybody knows this book, Malibu Rising. Same author from Daisy Jones and the Six, and also from The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Those two are like one of my favorite books. The Seven Husbands book is like one of my all-time favorites. So I've been really getting into this author. I really enjoy and appreciate her style, like the way she writes. Really different from really any other author I've read. I'll just give you guys a brief summary. Basically, Malibu Rising is about these 4 kids. They all have the same dad, which is, his name is Mick Reba. He is like this famous singer from the 70s, I believe, 70s, 60s time frame. And they grew up in Malibu, so they grew up on the beach surfing. The oldest daughter is a swimsuit model. The oldest son, he is a professional surfer. The second son is, he is a surfing photographer. So basically the 2 sons like work together and they're like hand in hand. They're just always together. They're like a package deal basically. And then the youngest sister, her name is Kit. Their family has a restaurant and she's just kind of working there right now. She doesn't really know where she fits in, and that's kind of her storyline. But basically it follows the storyline of all 4 children, and it also goes back in time of the father and his relationship with their mother June. And it's really interesting, and obviously it all ties in at the end. Their father is really not the best. He's not a good dad. So much happens in this book, but please read this if you enjoy like family, where there's a lot of family secrets and there's a lot of scandal, and there's a little bit of romance, a little bit of a love triangle, kind of. You just get a little bit of everything for this. So if you're not a romance reader, it's still a good book. If you like time jumps, it's a good book. If you like different decade books, this is good. I don't really know how to explain it any better. I'm really trying to be like Steph Bauer. I think that's how you say Bauer. But she has a little bit more experience than me, and so yeah, excuse if my summaries of the books aren't that great. So from Malibu Rising, the quote I'm gonna read off of, I'm just gonna read off the first thing that I highlighted. I literally highlighted the first line, and it says, "Malibu catches fire. It is simply what Malibu does from time to time. California burns. It's Malibu's nature to burn. Destruction and renewal rising from the ashes, the story of fire." Basically, that really sets up the book, to be honest. Like, it sets up the book. So, and especially living in California, I related to so many things they were describing about it, and just imagining that I was in Malibu because I've been there a couple times. So it's a very good book. Okay, next one we have is Beach Read by Emily Henry. I love Emily Henry, as we can see. This book is really good. Basically, it's about these 2 authors that they went to college together and they just never liked each other. They're basically enemies. Their main thing that they don't see eye to eye is that they have two completely different writing styles. He writes literary fiction, but he basically kills off every character in the end of the book, and she's known to be a romantic writer, and everyone has a happily ever after. So it's basically them interacting. They're both in writer's block, and they make a deal. I won't really explain what the deal is, but since they've made this deal, it causes them to see each other a lot and interact a lot. And they realize, do we really hate each other? Or, yeah. Basically, very good. It's like an enemies to lovers type book. Quote from Beach Read. Some books I don't annotate for some reason, like I just, oh. Okay, well I highlighted the whole first thing. Okay, I have a fatal flaw. I think we all do, or at least that makes it easier for me when I'm writing. Building my heroines and heroes up around this one self-sabotaging trait, hinging everything that happens to them on a specific characteristic, the thing they learn to do to protect themselves and can't let go of, even when it stops serving them. Okay, this is a good quote, actually. This is a really good quote. I don't need snowflakes, he kissed me, as long as there's January. That can sum up the book. That's all you need to know. Like, if someone said that to me, obviously my name's on January, so it wouldn't really work, but yeah, with that said, these both have 5 stars for me. Those books, really enjoyed. Go recommend. I definitely recommend, so go read them. And let me know down below if you've read them or like if you plan on reading them. So yeah. The next book we have, also from Emily Henry, is Book Lovers. Another enemies to lovers book, which I have been reading so much enemies to lovers this summer, and like I hadn't before because again I'm kind of getting back into it, but oh my goodness, I think it's my favorite trope. But basically it's about these two people, Nora and Charlie, and they are both, Charlie is a editor, like a book editor, and Nora she's a literary agent. So their work kind of goes hand in hand, and they have this one meetup years ago, and they just had a really bad interaction, and they left the meeting like, oh my god, I hate this person. Nora's sister basically forces her to go on this vacation with her to kind of get back into old times, because her and her sister have been not really seeing eye to eye, and Nora doesn't really understand what's happening and why they're not seeing eye to eye. So she agrees to go on to this trip with her, and of course, nonetheless, Charlie, the person she had a bad experience with, is also there, and so they keep seeing each other. It's like a small town romance, but they're from New York, so it's like big city but also small town. Enemies to lovers, family dynamic stuff, and it's so cute. It's a very wholesome book, but yes, go read this. And oh my goodness, why do authors make all of the male characters so like attractive? Because then I go to school and I'm just like, there's nobody like this, but it's okay. We digress. I think I also gave this 5 stars. Quote from Book Lovers. Okay, this is a good book because, you know, they're both book lovers, so like I relate to this quote so much. It says, "Is there anything better than iced coffee in a bookstore on a sunny day? I mean, aside from hot chocolate in a bookstore on a rainy day." Yes, oh my goodness. Me and my friend Danica were literally just talking about how we can't wait to just have like hot cocoa or like a chai. I was saying we need to get never mind, you guys don't care. But yeah, just like going to a bookstore and reading and having coffee when it's cold, when it's fall time and we can wear sweaters, it's gonna be the dream. So the next book we have is The Infinity Between Us, which the best way I can describe this book is basically a knockoff of, I'm so sorry for anyone that likes this book, but basically a knockoff version of Love in Other Words. And I also got this book, which I know it's basically another knockoff of Love in Other Words. I honestly think that any trope that has to deal with longtime best friends and something happens and they reconnect, it just reminds me of that, and I can't, like, I don't think any other book is going to measure up to that book. So if you guys have not read Love in Other Words, please go read it. It's probably one of my favorite romance books. So basically, this was a knockoff version of that. And I was struggling to get into it for a while. I made it, towards the end it started getting better, but I don't know. I don't really know if I'd recommend this. It's definitely a short read, yet it took me longer to read this than to read this. So I think that says enough. I probably rate it like a 2 or a 3. Quote from this book. Okay, this is a good quote. It doesn't really explain the book, but therapy isn't always fun. Sometimes you need to face the hurt and feel a little worse in order to get better. Yeah, so good. Is that the only thing I highlighted? Okay, well that was like basically the only thing I highlighted, so I think that should say enough on that. Okay, Summer Broken Rules. We love, oh my goodness, I wish I could reread this for the first time. I loved this book. It's so good. Everything about summer is in this book. Like, every feeling I have towards summer is in this book. Oh my goodness, I love it. It's just like summer vacation times 100. Basically, I'll just read the back. It's all fun and games until someone loses their heart. That's what that part says. When Meredith Fox lost her sister Claire 18 months ago, she shut everyone out. But this summer, she was determined to join the world again. The annual family vacation to Martha's Vineyard seems like the perfect place to reconnect. Her entire extended family is gathering for a big summer wedding, and for her cousin's wedding. And although Meredith is dateless after being unexpectedly dumped, she's excited to participate in the traditional Fox family game of Assassin. Assassin's a big thing in this book that will take place during the week of wedding festivities. Claire always loved the game, and Meredith is determined to honor her legacy. But when Meredith forms an alliance with a cute groomsman, I think that's a little downplaying it, but she finds herself getting distracted, which can we blame her? Meredith tries to focus on the game and win it for her sister, but she can't help falling for him. And as the week progresses, she realizes she's not only at risk of losing the game, but also her heart. It is so good. Did I annotate this? Okay, sometimes I like a book so much I just don't annotate it because I just don't even want to pick up a pen. I just want to read it all. Oh, I highlighted this because it reminded me of, like, me and my sister. It said, so many nights Claire had accidentally woken me up by rolling over and Bronco kicking the wall. Because if you have a sibling and if you have a bunk bed, I like have so many experiences of me rolling over and kicking the crap out of my wall, and like it was like a bomb went off. But that part made me laugh a little bit. Oh, that's a good quote too. Open and genuine were part of Whit's brand. Whit is the main guy. It's based off, or the storyline is Whit and Meredith. And Whit is so, like, he's so flirty, but he's like cool and I wish. Anyways, good for Meredith. Yes, this is such a good book. Definitely read it during the summertime, because if you read it during fall or winter, I mean, you can, but it's gonna make you want it to be summer. And yeah, just read this during, oh my goodness, why are they taking showers right now? So yeah, this book is so good. I love it. It makes me love summer 10 times more. But yes, go read that book. The last book that technically wasn't during the summer for me, because I already started school, as everyone knows from my last video. But I just finished this last night, and I love Erin. Oh my goodness. I love Erin. Erin Blackford. We love. Oh my goodness. I can't. I think he's my favorite. It kind of gives, what's his name? the guy from The Love Hypothesis, because they're both like tall, broody, and like dark hair. I don't know. But yes, we love Aaron. Like, is there a thing with the name Aaron? Because we love Aaron Taylor Johnson, this dude right here. We love him. Also, go watch Bullet Train because that was a great movie. And we love Aaron in this book. So obviously I need to find like an Aaron because it's working out for all the people I know. I'll read the back. Catalina Martin desperately needs a date to her sister's wedding, especially since her little white lie about her American boyfriend has spiraled out of control. Now everyone knows, including her ex and his fiance, will be there and eager to meet him. She has only 4 weeks to find someone willing to cross the Atlantic and aid her deception. New York into Spain is no short flight, and her family won't be easy to fool. Enter Aaron Blackford, her tall, handsome, condescending colleague who surprisingly offers to step in. She'd rather refuse. Never has there been a more aggravating, blood-boiling, and insufferable man. We love those men. But Catalina is desperate, and the wedding draws nearer. Aaron looks like her best option, and she begins to realize he might not be as terrible in the real world as he is at the office. It's so good. Oh my goodness, this pretending to be in love never felt better. So yeah, the tropes: enemies to lovers, fake dating, wedding, like big trip, shared bed, you know, like how that trope. Just basically every romance trope is in this book. It's so good. Oh my goodness. I annotated a lot of this, but let me try to find it. Okay, so this was the best dedication I've ever read in my whole entire life. It said, "To those chasing dreams, never give up on them. We are not quitters, you hear me?" Oh my goodness, like I read that, and as I read that, my last video was blowing up. And I don't know, this week has been so amazing. I really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. It's really rewarding, I guess. It's very rewarding. So I hope we can keep it up. If not, you know, I enjoy the small little community that we have. And yeah. And like, oh my goodness, all the comments you guys were putting down in the video was just it was so sweet. I was showing all my friends like the comments you guys were putting in there, and it was just crazy. It just, yeah, like I'm making 9-10-year-old me so proud right now, and that makes me very happy. Anyways, let's get to another quote. It says, "I'm sure I don't need to tell you because you have lived through it yourself, but time doesn't wait for you to make amends, man. Time waits for no one." On that note, time waits for no one, so you guys need to go take the time and read all these books. Well, maybe not all of the books. Wow, my hair is dry now. That's crazy. At the beginning of the video it was all wet, and now, well, it's kind of wet still on the back, but it's drying up. So, hope you guys liked this book video, and subscribe for more to come, or subscribe if you would like to see my school vlogs coming up, or if you just like me, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I had fun making it. I just love books, and yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go to my mom's shop and see some family friends, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend, school week, whatever time or place you're at right now. And yeah, wishing you guys the best from me, and I'll see you guys next week. I've decided, expect every weekend, probably more likely on Saturdays, but I wasn't able to read yesterday because I got home late and I was trying to finish this book. So yes, anyways, so I'll see you guys next weekend. Bye.